Afi, and I'm just gonna answer question 4, which is how did you use media technologies in the construction, research, planning and evaluating stages? I'll be answering the planning and research section. So basically we use Blogger to present our work and to upload all our like images, our text analysis, our audience research and anything we need to add to the blog. Obviously I was the blog administrator, so I had to make sure that everything goes on the blog by a certain date, because we all had meetings to make sure, you know, we had certain things uploaded at certain times and to make sure certain things were uploaded. So I was always making sure that we had it in the right order. Even if someone had uploaded it a bit late, I had to make sure that I had moved it back down so it could be in order and everything could be, you know, organised. Because with me, I like things to be organised, so you know, we have to have it organised. And for our audience research, we use different types of research methods. Basically, one of us used BlackBerry, we used MSN Messenger, we used like a paper way of like an interview kind of type thing. And what else did we use? Yeah, I think that were the ones that we used. Yeah, those were the 3 that we used. And and we did use we used YouTube part of our planning and research, because YouTube has different videos of like different media. For example, teaser trailers. So we obviously went on YouTube and we looked at different teaser trailers to get different ideas. And those ideas that we had, we came together. You know, we decided we talked about what we watched and what each person had talked about. What each person had watched, and we talked about what we found and what we, you know, watched and the ideas that we had. And we put all our ideas together, and then we just talked about it, discussed it, talk about what we could use, what we thought will be, you know, ideal to what we as a group will choose to do. And so we did come together at one point, and we did look at different teaser trailers, because we did have a mind to use to have a supernatural psychological genre. So yeah, because we decided that we were looking at teaser trailers that had that supernatural and psychological genre. So it was kind of easy to look on YouTube, because for example we've all used YouTube before. Well, my group, we've all used YouTube before, so it was quite easy to, you know, go into it and research. But we did have a problem like looking at certain teaser trailers and the right ones, because obviously some of them might not be what we were looking for. So we did have to look properly and in detail to make sure we got what we were looking for. And we used it because we wanted to get a background and like ideas of conventions that supernatural psychological these teaser trailers use, to get an idea of what our one could be based around, and ideas to, you know, be in that genre. And yeah, when we were also planning and researching, we did make a number of videos, which was test shots. When we came to a decision on what our teaser trailer was actually going to be, and what we had an idea of what was going to be, we decided to do test shots in the classroom. So we got the camera set up, the tripod set up, we got a few actors. No, we got one actor, and we used some of us as a group as an actor as well, because obviously we wanted to get an idea of what we were going to do. Because, you know, when you're planning and researching, you've got to plan ahead. So it's best that you test things before you do it beforehand, because when you do it that way, you always find a better way of improving that. So we decided on doing that. So we done quite a few test shots actually. It is on the Blogger, and I'll put the link below to go to one of the test shots. And it did actually help, because some of the test shots that we had planned to use didn't actually work out. So we obviously knew at that point that we could change it and use another kind of test shot. When we were doing the test shots, we had to make sure the lighting was, you know, we had an idea of what lighting we were going to use, and if the lighting was bright enough, it was too dark. If it was, you know, we had to make sure about that for the future when we were actually gonna, you know, film our teaser trailer. Because we did find out that when you're actually recording and you use quite a low key lighting, it actually doesn't like the quality wouldn't be as, you know, better as if you use like a bright light, then you change the lighting when you're editing. So that's what we did find out, and we did work on that when we were editing, and it did work out, which was good. And yeah, and after making the test shots, we did obviously transfer it onto the computer. I think we went through it and watched each shots that we done, and it did give us an idea on what we need to change or what we're going to keep in the, you know, what we're going to keep in the shooting script, or you know, what we had to change. So then after we've done that, we used them shots. Then Ali done like an animated version of it. So he used the shots, but he done it in an animated way. So that gave us another idea of how our teacher trailer could actually be and how it could actually work out. So that was a really good, you know, way of planning. I think testing what you're actually going to do is a really good way of planning, because it lets you know what to expect and what you can improve on. That's the most important thing, because you can improve on so many things when you test something, because when you find out what's wrong with it, you can test it and then you can change it and make it better. So we done that, which was, I was happy about, because I'm glad that we've done the test shot instead of going straight into doing the teacher trailer, because we would have made so many mistakes, wasting time and not actually getting to the point of what we had to do. And me personally, I did watch a few horror, not a few, but I watched some horror films. I watched Insidious. That was a supernatural psychological genre, and it was a very interesting film. I was quite scared, and it did give me the idea of what kind of, you know, what a supernatural and psychological film is like, and it did give me an idea to bring back to the group, and you know, tell the group this is what I watched and this is what I noticed. This is the conventions that, you know, they had background music, it was dark, low-key lighting, so obviously it brought my ideas to the group. So after watching that film, it just gave me ideas in my mind of what to bring back to the group, to see if it will help the group and if we'll make any changes. Yeah, and I'm trying to think of other films that I've watched. I've watched Saw. See, with Saw, that's more of a slasher film, because our one's quite a slasher film as well. It's got like kind of slasher in it. So that gave us another kind of idea as well, because all of us had watched Saw before. We all knew that slasher is one of the main, I mean, one of the most common, you know, horror films that are around. So obviously we decided to add a bit of slasher into it as well. So watching that did also give me an idea of what conventions slasher use. You know, they always have a weapon. There's always someone that's the killer of, you know, someone. So that was another, you know, another way of planning and researching to see other ideas of what other, you know, actual production companies have done that we could use, not use, but obviously we could, you know, use as a guide and to help us plan and research our actual teaser trailer, which did help because it gave us ideas, you know, different ideas to add to our teaser trailer. And just going back to our audience research, obviously we all did ask the same questions to each person that we asked, and that helped us get an idea of what people our age, because our one was aimed around 18-year-olds. So obviously that gave us an idea of what 18-year-olds would want to watch and what they'll expect, you know, not what they expect, but what they want to watch and what they would like to go and watch and spend their money on. So obviously we have to bear that in mind and use that as another guide of what to do our teaser trailer on, because it's important that we know what our target group want instead of doing something that they won't want and then they won't watch. So it's important to actually do audience research and to, you know, get an idea of what people our age would want to watch or want to actually go out and spend their money on, which is really important. Also going back to our text analysis, we all did complete a textual analysis of a poster, poster, a trailer, and a magazine front cover, and that again gave us ideas. Also, when analysing the different the posters, the the teaser trailers, and the magazine front covers, it again gave us different ideas and a guideline of what we would, you know, we should work around or what we should kind of do, because they've already been done and they're by professionals, you know, production companies, so obviously they know what they're doing and they